CNBC TV18 Weekender, only on CNBC TV18.
I'd like you to talk about the two things that I remember you most for. One was the pencil example that you had spoken of, and the second, why worry? That one I think was quite famous. Tell us a little about how you went about those two.
Yes. The pencil, of course, I always love to talk about the pencil. It's something so simple and something so common just lying around you.
Did you buy the Apple Pencil, by the way?
I do have one, actually. It's in my bag.
Oh, okay.
The tech-savvy monk.
The tech-savvy monk. The monk who did not sell his Ferrari but bought an iPhone.
Oh, yeah, he did.
Are you writing a book?
Yes, it's going to be out in October of 2018. Penguin's publishing it. Sure.
So tell me about the pencil. And
yes, so when we're talking about the pencil, I believe that you don't need to complicate things in people's heads. The greatest and the deepest lessons come from the simplest things around you. And when I talk about the pencil, I always say that the pencil maker told the pencil that, what is truly important is what lies within you. So yes, externally we have our work, externally we have our personality, but internally, as a person, we have to also develop. So pencil is about finding the balance between the external and the internal. The external is the casing, the internal is the lead that makes an impact. So while we lead a life of valuables externally, we must also prioritize the values internally. While we lead a life of personality externally, we also need to prioritize being a good person internally. While we live a life of charisma externally, we also need to live a life of character internally. So the balance between the external and the internal is the balance of the lead in the pencil and the casing of the pencil. Yeah.
What angers you?
When I don't do the best of what I'm meant to do.
What if the environment doesn't allow or intervenes in you doing your best?
Yeah, if the environment intervenes in mine not being able to do my best, my being angry is not going to sort the situation anyways. Why worry?
There you have it.
Why worry?
That's what I wanted.
It's beyond my control anyways.
One message you would give to all the stock market investors right now: there's a lot of volatility in the markets on a daily basis. Blood pressure is going high, low every time.
Sure. I think my message is, while you're trying to be successful, also feel successful. Being successful and feeling successful is two different things. Being successful is the numbers. Feeling successful is the ability to handle the volatility in the VUCA world.
A lot of the companies that we speak to, they are accused of having dishonest promoters, destroying shareholder value, a lot of corporate misgovernance issues.
Sure.
Your message to all those who are managing their company in a dishonest manner?
Yes. I think when we are talking about dishonesty in the corporate world and corporate governance, I do not see a substitute to good training and awareness. Unless there is good training and awareness and a spiritual practice that transforms people, people are going to cut corners and find a loophole to do what they want to do.
See, those are the traits that, that attract you to the younger crowd, because you are relatable, you are not the person who sits on an ivory tower and preaches all these things. You are living in the world. In fact, I see you wearing an Apple Watch as well. That's pretty cool. Must say.
Sadhus like fruits.
Sadhus like fruits. The blackberry? No.
No, apples.
Only apples.
Bitten apples.
Bitten apples.
Adam's apples. Steve Jobs' apples.
Okay. So, someone who wishes to follow your footsteps and perhaps do something similar to what you're doing right now, how would you advise them to go about that?
I would say there's no need to become a monk like me.
Okay.
You can make a difference by being who you are. I believe that they need to understand the right values, they need to understand the right kind of knowledge and wisdom, and then present it in a way that people can connect to. So there's no need to become a monk to help make a difference. You can do it the way you are.
All right, and before we let you go, one story from your life that summarizes that everything that you want to say to the world.
The one story from my life is that anything that you evaluate by face value, saying this is bad, could actually turn out to be good.
Give me an example.
An example is how I came to the world on social media. There was a particular clip on WhatsApp that started circulating. Someone had played mischief, had taken a joke out of context, and had started circulating it. In fact, my inbox, WhatsApp, was filled with the same video, 3.8 megabytes, the day I got it 3 years back. And I was worried, God, what I'm saying could get me in trouble. And I thought, God, this is a difficult situation. In fact, I even called a lawyer to see what the repercussions could be, because what I had said could bring me in controversy. And it's quite amazing. It was that clip that actually brought me to the world. So what you see as a curse could turn into a blessing. What you see as bad could turn into good. So never, ever evaluate any situation based on its face value. Something you think is good could be absolutely destructive for you, and something which you think is absolutely bad and destructive could turn out to be something constructive.
Something that
Didn't Steve Jobs say, therefore, connect the dots backwards?
Yeah. What video was that, if I may ask?
It was a video which said, how much would a teacher in India earn? Average income throughout their savings, maybe about 50,000 lakh of rupees. How much would a software engineer save by the end of it? Maybe 2 crores, 1.5 crores. How much would a corrupt politician, not a good one, how much would a corrupt politician save by the end of his career? Maybe 3,000, 4,000 crores. And then how much would a guy wearing these kind of clothes have? 8,000 crores, 20,000 crores, 30,000 crores. And then I said to my audience, choose your career wisely. So, oh God, they were getting me in trouble, you know.
On that note, we shall ask the audience to choose your career wisely. And thank you so much for joining us.
It was a great pleasure being with you.
Adding so much value.
Thank you.
CNBC TV18 Weekender, only on CNBC TV18.